Have you ever played a violent video game? Although they may be fun, they encourage children to be more violent. Children can get the wrong ideas when they watch or play these types of video games. Violent video games may not affect adults, but they do affect younger children, causing them to be more violent or aggressive. This is why violent video games encourage aggressive behavior. My personal experience with kids being violent because of video games happened a while ago. One day I was at my aunt's house with my two cousins, Austin and Ava. Austin was having one of his friends over for the day, and his friend had a little brother who was only 5. Austin and his friend were playing this video game that involved wrestling and shooting. After about an hour, Austin's friend's little brother wanted to play the video game too. When they told him he couldn't play, he got mad and threw a fit. He then tried to mimic what he saw in the video game and tried to hurt Austin and his older brother. It's a fact that violent video games encourage bad behavior. According to a study appearing in the journal Psychology of Popular Media, 66% of researchers, 67% of parents, and 90% of pediatricians agree that violent video games increase aggressive behavior or cause violent behavior. 8 out of 10 researchers, after doing a study, agreed that violent video games can increase or cause violent behavior. Violent video games can also affect young children and cause them to be more aggressive and have more aggressive behavior as they get older. This proves that violent video games do cause violent or aggressive behavior. A 3-year study on more than 3,000 school children in Singapore has revealed that young children who play violent video games are more likely to show aggressive or violent behavior. Researchers from the National Institute of Education in Singapore and the Iowa State University Department of Psychology have revealed that video games play a vital role in increasing long-term aggressive behavior on humans. Craig Anderson, Distinguished Professor of Psychology and Director of the Center for the Study of Violence at Iowa State, said violent video games model physical aggression. Aggressive thinking by players while playing violent video games increases children's aggressiveness in real life. David Spiegelhalter, a professor at the University of Cambridge, also said study shows an association of unclear magnitude of violent video game playing with subsequent aggressive behavior. Experts even agree that violent video games encourage bad behavior in children. Although video games may be violent and cause children to be more violent, they are still fun to play. Video games are fun to play and great to have at a party or any other event. They are also great to play when it's rainy out and you can't go outside. Some video games can even be educational. There are many violent video games out there, but there are many educational ones too. But overall, violent video games do encourage children to be more violent. I have had personal experience where video games cause younger children to be violent, and there are even proven facts that violent video games encourage younger children to be more violent or aggressive. Craig Anderson, a professional, even said violent video games model physical aggression. Aggressive thinking by players while playing violent video games increases children's aggressiveness in real life. All these reasons are why violent video games encourage children to be more violent. Thank you.